Henry's wrapping up at the camp here. The sun's coming over. The mountains, the hills. It's beautiful. And I'm gonna set off because he has some more stretching to do and he can pretty easily catch me. So sometimes we do this, especially now that he has the stretch to do the stretches, because before I would usually take longer because I just take longer at baseline and then I also had to do my stretches. But now his morning stretching routine, oh wow, look at that, so beautiful, is actually longer than mine. So anyway, yeah, but we are setting off here and have just under 10 miles to get to Cabazon. And I think we got all the river stuff out of the way yesterday, so hopefully we can have dry feet. Ooh, slipping on some rocks here. And yeah, we gotta go to the post office to pick up a box and some letters and things there. And then we gotta go, oh, look, that sun coming over. I guess it probably doesn't, I don't know, it probably looks weird on here, but it's really pretty. Post office, gotta get some resupply. It'll probably take us about we're budgeting 5 days to get back to Paradise Valley Cafe, you know, through the San Jacintos and everything. So we'll need to pick that up. And then I think we're just gonna stay the night there. That's the plan, at least. But yeah, you know, plans change, so we'll see. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's really just beautiful. Really just wanted to show you that. And the last 2 nights, our tent has been dry, no condensation. The ground cloth has been dry, which is awesome. It's really the little things out here that you get really excited about, like when you wake up and you don't have wet all over you. All over you is an exaggeration, but you know. Yeah, that's really exciting. And there was something else. Oh, I unfortunately found a micro tear, I would say hole, micro tear, micro hole, whatever, in the bottom of our tent last night. And it was so small, I only saw it because I was doing some stretches in there and like looking intently down at the ground, just because it was like 4 minutes where there was like nothing else to do. And oh, these hills are just so beautiful. The Golden State, I think that's what California is called. I think this is why, because stuff is often brown and they like to call that golden. But it seriously is pretty with the sun, and much less brown this year than normal. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna have to probably inspect for more micro tears and patch them up. We actually, you know what, I'm gonna turn this around because I feel like maybe this view is getting repetitive. Although I guess a view of my face is also pretty repetitive, so yeah, you know what, we're not gonna turn around. Anyway, the other day, Henry found a tear, like, I guess I could show you on the video, it'd be easier to explain, but it was just like on the side of the tent. It was a very like random place I felt to get a tear. I should do some reading and see, like, I don't know, I assume this is something that other Z-Packs tent users, maybe someone on here has one that's had this experience, has happened, but it just seemed so weird. It was just like on the side of the tent. It wasn't really like right at a seam or like any particular place where I would feel like it would be pulling. It wasn't like against the ground. I don't know, it just seemed so weird to me that it would get a hole there. But anyway, we were able to patch that up with the tape that it comes with. It's like a Dyneema tape, I think, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, so we'll need to like look for stuff in the bottom of the tent, and it brought us to the question, you know, there's the ongoing debate about ground cloths, particularly with Dyneema tents, because, like, you know, in theory they're water resistant, waterproof, whatever, and they're like pretty durable, but definitely not the most durable. And then it like kind of depends on how heavy the Dyneema is and all this stuff. I know a lot of people use Tyvek, but I had opted not to, or we had opted not to, just because, you know, it's not it's not super heavy, but it's definitely not light. And so we just kind of, the polycro seemed like, you know, something to try, and it's been going well, until now. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, this seems like sort of almost like a wear, like it could have, like, I don't know that it was necessarily punctured, I guess. Like it almost just looks like it got thin in an area and like thinned out so much that there was a hole. So maybe that would have happened anyway. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I could probably keep rambling about many things, but I am going to eat a Pop-Tart instead. Goodbye. Okay guys, so this is the trail right now. There's been quite a lot of water, so I have to figure out, I'll probably just step around this, but I wanted to show you, oh man, most of them, where'd they go? There are a bunch of tadpoles. So there's one right there. It's not the best pointing to it, but there's one there. And then, oh, there's one swimming up there. Gosh, I wish I could get a little closer. So there's the one right there that just swam, and then there's like a tiny, tiny one right there. I can't really get that close because I don't want to get my feet wet. But, oh, he just got swept away. Went down there. Anyway, oh, it looks like there's a bunch up there. All right, I'll try to get closer and then maybe show you a little more. Here's some more of them. They're very cool. I mean, they're just tadpoles, but I think tadpoles are cool. Here's some more. There's some hanging out like in the algae. There's some up there. They're very cute. Oh, and then they swim out and they get carried down this thing. Oh, so interesting. All right, guys, more tadpoles, but moreover, this is the trail, and while it's not technically a river crossing, I'm not totally sure how I'm not going to get wet doing this. We'll see. All right, made it through several areas like that. Minimal wetness, which is nice, and just want to show you this really nice looking sign. It's really beautiful. As it turns out, I maybe should have looked at that sign a little closer, because I think I was supposed to go a little turn and I just kept going straight. So we just hit a dead end into what appeared to be some kind of campground. I think it was maybe Whitewater Preserve. Anyway, yeah, should have read the sign. It is beautiful, but it's also informative. Thankfully, I didn't go too far. Probably just a few minutes, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Another beautiful view. Looking over the Whitewater area. All right, there's a very beautiful snake here. My snake knowledge is very limited. I think I should probably should have already done some research and probably should do some now, but it's almost this like iridescent blue silver color, and it has like brown. Wow, so pretty. Kind of like long stripes. I guess longitudinal stripes. Would that make sense? Anyway, very cute. I'm gonna step around him. So here's a little story for you. A little peek into my current brain. So I left camp a little over an hour ago, and Henry has not caught up to me yet, which he normally catches up to me pretty quickly. But like I said, this is pretty new that he's doing these stretches and stuff, so I'm not sure exactly how long the stretches were supposed to take. And there were all of those parts with the water where you couldn't really you could only go so fast. And, you know, there has been a lot of uphill, although he's pretty fast and uphill too. Anyway, the problem is I'm getting a little worried that he hasn't caught up to me yet, because it's just very unusual. But the problem is that because I accidentally went the wrong way, even though it was probably only, you know, more than 5, less than 10 minutes total, he easily could have passed me during that time. And so if he's in front of me, like, the most natural thing if I was worried would just be like, oh, I'll just wait for him. But if he has already passed me and hasn't yet figured out that he should have caught me by now, or, you know, also feels like he should have but isn't 100% sure, then if I wait, I'm just going to be waiting for nothing and getting further away from him. So it's not great, but I don't know. Probably everything's fine. I'm just like Oh gosh, I hadn't thought of this situation, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. Also, at first, I was staring at that snake for a little bit, and I thought it might be dead. As you could see, it was not dead. And I think that's a really good rule of thumb, pro tip. Snakes are alive until proven otherwise. Keep that in mind. Oh, these are looking a little shriveled up there and eaten, but they're very big and otherwise very beautiful. Okay, y'all, good news. I had stopped at the top of a ridge to see if I had service. I did have service and texted Henry because I was just getting really nervous. I didn't know if he would have service or not. He didn't at the camp last night, but anyway, he hadn't texted me, etc. But I was like, well, I'll just keep my service on, text him, let him know what's going on. And then a few minutes later, I spotted him. He is pretty far ahead of me. I tried to yell to him, but it's hard to yell across the mountains, honestly. So he didn't hear me, but I did see him. I was pretty sure it was him. And then a minute ago, I ran into a northbound hiker who said that they had seen someone who was looking for someone going southbound. So anyway, glad to know that Henry is good. All right, we just got to sit here for a few minutes. I got a cold Coke. There's $1 drinks over there, which is really awesome. And they just let PCT hikers come in here near this wind farm and have a little break, which was really nice. There's San Jacinto. Henry likes those clouds, for anyone who's following his cloud preferences. Henry, do you have an update for us?
We have just ordered our 3 rounds at McDonald's.
It wasn't quite as bad as last time, don't worry.
Ending in this behemoth.
Yeah, this is a free iced coffee. Thankfully, there's nothing in it, so that's good, but also, why is it so large?
Got our packages, our envelopes.
Yeah, we did have to wait at the post office for a while because they were closed for lunch. But we're on our way, on foot, en route to our hotel.
We are in one of the dollar stores doing a resupply, and this is the greatest collection of candy that I have ever seen in my life. It's crazy. Well, what do we have here? Exactly what we want. Tuna Creations. I do suppose it's too much to ask that they would have couscous here. But they do have Idahoan. We will take it.
All right, I don't know what to expect.
I have a surprise for you.
What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. You know why it's extra exciting? Because I just saw, this is the fruit snack, and I was like, oh man, they only have reduced sugar. Whoa, that is awesome.
Because that's the balanced choices.
Amazing.
We're in a dollar store, and there's no fresh fruit.
Or fresh anything.
And Pamela just said,
I got this. I'm just drinking some water here, and we were trying to figure out where else we could go to get something fresh, and it's far away, and I was like, well, this water just satisfied my desire for something fresh, so we're good.
There we go. That's our state.
Yikes. Guys, this is insane. I am here. I'm like labeling all my food because I just like I should have done this differently probably, but sometimes I just like label stuff like Sunday peanut butter or breakfast Tuesday or whatever, because sometimes I just get like really hungry or whatever, and then I'll like want to eat everything that I brought, and I can't do that because you can't just like get more food. I'll like go through and I'll count everything and I'll try to like come up with food that's not there or whatever. Anyway, so sometimes I just Sharpie it so that like I know like this is what you have and that's just like what it is. Anyway, so I was like dividing up this like trail mix into little bags and stuff, and I count, you know, stuff that, you know, to make sure I know like, okay, I have 3 of this for each day or whatever. Anyway, this is the 3rd time this has happened now. So y'all saw the tortillas. It was not this packet of them, but similar to this, there was a magic tortilla in there. There's supposed to be 12. There's 10 because they're Hawaiian. Anyway, that's all I had. Normally there's 12, and it came with 13. It was so exciting when I found that out. And then I don't know if I filmed this, but the last Welch's that we got was supposed to come with 22. It actually came with 23. Again, normally I would like probably not even notice this if I bought these because I would just buy it and use them and like wouldn't really think about it. But when you like count everything, you know. Anyway, and I was just counting my Slim Jims. Let's see, I love these little mini ones, 14 original snack size. So I was like, okay, that's about, we were like 5 days, so it's about 3 per day, but like one of the days I have to have one less. So I just have to like keep that in my mind. And I counted them, and there are 15. And honestly, somebody's gonna think I can't count, so I'm gonna count them here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be embarrassing if it's not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15! So exciting! Ah! And now I really do have 3 per day. Look at that.
Pamela?
Yes?
You have really outdone yourself today. You have found us the best value hotel that we've stayed in on the PCT.
Really?
What was the price?
$87.
Is that with taxes and tags?
I believe it is, including the taxes and the tags.
Yeah, $87 gets us a very clean, modern, look at this lamp, for example, hotel that has a separate freezer in the refrigerator.
True.
You don't see that every day. Microwave, coffee, and free breakfast, and laundry, even though we didn't use it, but it had it, and the best shower we've had on the PCT. Well, tied with the top. Showers can only be so good. Good job. This has been an excellent hotel.